Race.
Raise. 12 million. Heads up.
Gambling is a game of chance. There's no assurance that you'll win or even get your money back. Most of the time, people who enter casinos exit the premises without their money. However, this doesn't deter many from betting and risking hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars. According to statistics, almost 80% of American adults gamble at some point in their life. Most people gamble for money because they want the chance of winning lots of moolah. However, others go to the casino for the pleasure and the thrill of it. It can't be denied though that most people who enter the casinos leave without their money. In this video, we're going to discuss the many reasons why people lose money in casinos. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. When you gamble, you're not simply playing a game of chance. You're also going against an enemy that's trained in subterfuge and deceit. Games of chance, such as those in casinos, have a vested interest in getting players hooked for a long time. They also make the players walk away with the feeling that they did well. For most of the population, the carefully designed outcome gives them a feeling of satisfaction. However, gambling is more than a promise of a good time and a possible reward in millions. According to statistics, 2% of the population in the United States are problem gamblers, which means they suffer from what's been recently classified as a gambling disorder. Gambling is one of the very few addictions that doesn't involve consuming any substance. However, just like any other addiction, it is an isolating and solitary experience. One of the main reasons why people lose money in casinos is the house edge. All casino games have what is called a house edge, and this is one of the primary reasons why they make so much money. There is a percentage of the bets put into a game that will eventually become the casino's profits. However, the only problem with this is that some games have a higher percentage going to the casino than others. This is why it's necessary to be aware of what house edge exists. The only casino game that doesn't have a house edge is regular poker. Then there are the lights and sounds that encourage you to bet more money and continue playing. Gambling has become an immersive environment, and casinos are outfitted with sounds and flashing lights. Even a game app on smartphones nowadays has plenty of audio and visual ornamentations to capture your attention and hold you hostage. However, these sounds and visual effects and decorations are not there just for fun. They have a purpose. They make the game more attractive, and they are capable of urging people to continue playing, even if there's no certainty of winning and making money. All the cues used in casinos, as well as online games, increase the excitement factor and lead to gamblers to overestimate their chances of winning. They also encourage you to play faster, as well as gamble longer, so gamblers have little to no chance of resistance. Everything has been set up for them to cleverly lose money. When you play without knowing the game, it increases the chance of you losing plenty of money. Let's say you went to the casino to play blackjack. In theory, you know the rules and you understand them. In reality, you can end up doing things that don't work. This is most likely because players don't know the optimum strategy to use when playing in casinos. Before you go to the casino, you should know what strategy to use so you can maximize your winnings. People often have the misconception that chance-based games have no strategy at all. When you use probabilities, you can come up with the best possible way to win the game. Furthermore, you know it is going to have a huge impact on how much money you're going to win or lose. Having several lines enable players to place many bets per spin. Another way gamblers lose lots of money in casinos is that over the last few years, game manufacturers as well as casinos have upgraded their machines, including the slot machine. The electronic version is known as the electronic gaming machine and is outfitted with more reels. The era of multi-line video slot machines has officially started. This encourages players to put up to 20 bets for every spin. Individual bets can be small, but the majority of players put the maximum number of bets per spin. With this strategy, players can lose some lines while winning some others, netting even less than the original wager. Even if you win, you still lose. This is the phenomenon known as losses disguised as wins. Now you know why many people prefer these multi-slot machines. They make gamblers overestimate how they're truly winning. The dramatic increase in winnings, whether true or fabricated, arouses people and activates the reward pathways in their brain. For some people, uncertainty is a reward in itself. One of the things gambling is synonymous with is uncertainty. Gamblers go to the casino to win, but in reality, there's no assurance that they will win. It is this rewarding uncertainty that makes gambling very attractive to a lot of people. Dopamine is a substance released in our brain when doing enjoyable activities, and it's also released during instances when the reward is uncertain, and this includes gambling. This effect might explain why people feel high when gambling. Repeated exposure to uncertainty and gambling can change how people respond to losing. Individuals who have gambling problems have brains that release dopamine when they lose money, almost to the same degree when they win. The near-miss effect must also be mentioned. Virtual or electronic gambling has eliminated the constraints of a physical arrangement of the different possible outcomes of each reel. The possible outcomes are not programmed, so the designers had the advantage of stacking the deck to ensure that certain events happen in greater frequency than others. This is where near misses come in, and it happens when one of the reels stops short of lining up for a jackpot. When this happens, the areas of the brain that usually respond to wins are stimulated. side. This often results in increasing a person's desire to play, and this is especially true in problem gamblers. This is an occurrence that is not unique to slot machines or casinos. Near misses are essential to ensuring that players get addicted to games, and this applies to even mobile phone games, such as Candy Crush. Sometimes near misses can be more arousing than losses, although it's definitely more frustrating. The act of almost winning by a very narrow margin can be motivating and increases someone's commitment to the game and to winning it. This results in people playing longer than they initially wanted to. When gambling in casinos, most people make side bets too. Once people enter casinos, they are determined to win and make money, and the one thing they often do is make side bets. Side bets are offered by casinos because it increases the house edge, which we have mentioned earlier. When the house edge is increased, it brings in more profit. So naturally, it's one thing they want to do. You won't be able to predict the results of your bet when you make side bets on anybody, and this can lead to losing a lot of money. So best to avoid it as much as possible. After discussing the reasons why most people lose money in casinos, is there anything you can do to increase your chances of winning? A few important things to remember is that you should manage your money and stay disciplined. The house edge is not the sole reason why people end up saying goodbye to their money every time they're in casinos. Oftentimes, it's the player's actions that lead to disaster. A lot of players become the architects of their downfall because of their poor decision making. If you want to have the best possible outcome every time you're in the casino, you need to learn good money management, and you need to maintain self-discipline. Good money management means setting strict limits, and when it comes to the amount of money you are prepared and allowed to spend. Not knowing how much money you can spend increases the chance of going overboard. No, this won't have any effect on your chances of winning, but it will prevent you from losing money quickly and losing more money than you can afford to. Keep in mind that the longer your money lasts, the longer time you also have to hit a lucky streak. Self-discipline is the ability to stick to the limits you have previously set. If your money management tells you that you can only spend $100, self-discipline means not spending $101. Gambling without any self-discipline can result in increasing the stakes just to chase after losses, and more than not, this ends up in a disaster. Discipline is also an important part to avoid taking risks that will derail your strategy. You can also give yourself another advantage by learning the correct way to play. Although all casinos are based on luck, there are a few where you can influence your chances of winning. For example, when playing video poker, the cards you select to keep after the first deal are likely to impact the outcome. This applies to games where the decisions you make affect the results of the game. If you want to play these games correctly, you must learn strategies, and this involves learning the rules, as well as what to do in a given situation. By following strategies, you can give yourself the best chances of winning each time you play. Do you agree with the reasons why people lose money when they gamble in a casino? Do you have anything else to add? Please let us know in the comments section down below. We'll see you again in our next video. Stay safe!